See, I know how hard it is reading with cotton mouth. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nina, and I'm back with another video. Welcome back to my channel. If you know, you know. If you don't, you need to go ahead and subscribe so you can find out. Today we're gonna be doing smoking story time. The train would come right now. Y'all, I'm still hot from the last video, but fuck it. Yeah, so we gonna smoke and we finna get into these spooky story times. Hopefully we got some good stories today. I don't know because I don't read them first. We got a little drinky drink today, like I ain't gonna lie. I'm feeling good as fuck. Okay, y'all, so this story is called The Boy With No Eyes. One night when I was 10, I was woken up by my bedroom door opening, followed by someone sitting on my bed. I remember a childhood brush, but a very persistent ghostly apparition. I felt my leg grazed against the bed, sunk under a person's weight. It's just Mom, I thought, and opened my eyes. It was not my mom. I found an eyeless boy. He had black, empty sockets, about my age, sitting at the foot of my bed. He extended his hand, and it was a little box. I was startled, but reached out. He pulled back. I reached again and said, "Give it." And when I reopened my eyes, he was gone, but I could still see the imprint where he sat on my bed. Fast forward 5 years, my girlfriend came over to do homework. After she finished, she took a nap while she waited for her parents. When they arrived, I tried to wake her up. She opened her eyes suddenly, looking back at a corner where the wall met the ceiling. She pointed there and went back to sleep. I shook her again. She came to full consciousness, and I explained what she'd done. She looked haunted. Up on the wall, I saw a little boy with no eyes. He was there, in a Spider-Man pose, staring at me. I freaked out, and I told her my story about the same kid. Fast forward another 5 years, I was with the same girlfriend, and we had a 2-year-old. We were living in my parents' house in my old room. My daughter started waking up at the same time every night, and she'd talk. After a while, I noticed she had almost the same conversation every night. I playfully asked her once who she was talking to. She said, "It's the little boy. He's nice. He's lost and looking for his mommy." My daughter's nightly conversations continued until we got our own place later that year. I kind of want to give it a 6.5, but I guess I give it a 7. I give it a 7. I don't know, y'all. I kind of want to stick with a 6.5. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, so this one got 1.1K upvotes, so I'm just... my fingers crossed, okay? This one is called What Was the Most Unexpected Knock You Got on Your Door? I was 8 years old, summer of 1977. My mother was schizophrenic, a single parent, and we were in desperate straits. We didn't have much food and she wasn't working. She went downtown Detroit to social services every day for a week, and each day they told her they couldn't help that day, and they told her to come back the next day. I didn't know my mother's plan on the last day. I was home alone, just filling time. First, I played dress up. I was Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels. I think I found some lipstick, put on some of those plastic high heels for kids, and used the old compact of my mother's as a walkie-talkie. Getting bored with that, I decided to blow the insides of an egg to make a hollow egg, like I'd seen on TV. Yes, I know now that we're extremely low on food, and that was a terrible choice of activities on my part, but I was 8 and alone. At least she took accountability. Poked a hole with a needle in both ends and attempted to blow the contents into a bowl. Of course, with such tiny holes, the egg was not giving up its contents. I blew until I was red in the face. I heard the doorbell, and I ran to get it. It was the police. They asked if I was Laura Freeman, and I said yes. They told me I needed to come with them. Something had happened to my mom. I grabbed my little purse, I'm sure looking ridiculous, and I went out the door with them to the police station. Turned out, my mother had taken a knife to social services that day, determined to take a hostage and get food one way or another. She spent a couple of months in a state mental hospital. I spent a few months in a children's home before being reunited with her. I also left the egg in a bowl on my bedroom floor, and I'm sure whoever came to pack up our apartment wondered what that was all about. That wasn't fucking scary. It kind of pissed me off a little bit because I just read all of that and it wasn't even fucking scary, but whatever. It's getting a fucking 3 because that's what the fuck it's giving. It's fucking 3. And this is a true story, so I'm sorry, like, but like, don't, like, that should have been on, like, drama, you feel me, like. Okay, y'all, so this last story don't have a title, so I'm gonna just get into it. About 7 years ago, I got an invitation to attend my cousin's dinner party. I have never seen my cousin before and only spoke to him on the phone. I was surprised that his family unexpectedly invited me after all these years. The invitation had an uncharted address that the GPS was unfamiliar with. I used the map and pinned his location. As I'm driving, I tend to notice how far I ventured off in civilization. Trees after trees, farms after farms. Where the fuck am I going? I finally found a similar address that might be it. Approaching the house, I notice how dull and dreary it looks. It's completely engulfed with leaves and branches. This can't be it. As soon as I entered the rocky driveway, my aunt and uncle came out to greet me. They seemed excited and welcoming. Walking into the house, I asked where my cousin was. Answering immediately, he went to run a few errands. He should be back later. We spent the whole couple of hours talking about my mother and family. My aunt made delicious homemade pot roast that I finished in minutes. After dinner, we played an enduring game of Uno. It was surprisingly fun and competitive. Do y'all know how hard it is when you don't got the mouse? When we finished Uno, it was almost dark and still no sign of my cousin. Regardless, I had to leave. It was almost dark and I would have trouble getting out of this dreadful place. My GPS was ineffective, so I asked my aunt and uncle the most efficient way to get to the highway. They gave me a puzzled look. I thought you were staying the night. I told them I couldn't because I had work tomorrow and I couldn't afford to miss another day. It's much better if you leave tomorrow morning. Trust me, you'll get lost. I shrugged it off and told them not to worry. I'm an adept navigator. I could get out of the Sahara Desert. Looking aggravated, they strongly advised me to stay the night for my own sake. At this point, I was getting pissed and irritable. Fine, I'll stay the night, but I have to get up early for work. Both of them seemed strangely ecstatic that I was staying. As soon as they went to get my bed sheets and pillows, I ran out of the door and got in my car. It took me a while, but I found my way out of that depressing place. I got home an hour later than expected. It was 11 o'clock, and I didn't want to wake my parents up. Climbing my fence and entering the back door, I noticed the kitchen lights were on. As soon as I took my first step in the door, I see my mom sitting there looking impatient. "Where were you?" she asked. "I was at Aunt Deborah's. You knew this. Then why did she call saying you never arrived?" Till this day, I never knew who I visited. That was okay. definitely giving that one an 8.5 out of 10 because, girl, who is you with? Like, who is you with? Like, that was not your kinfolk. Who was them people? I don't know if sis ever figured that out, but I need an update. And somebody in the comments said, I was imagining the pot roast was actually a cousin. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, y'all, that one was pretty straight. Y'all let me know which one y'all like the best. I'm gonna go with the third one for sure. And subscribe, y'all. What the fuck? Bye.